underneath the Freeport Bridge. We are in Freeport, Pennsylvania. This is the Tredway Trail. This is kind of an impulsive thing. This wasn't actually our destination. We were gonna go to East Brady, and then we were gonna go to Kittanning, and then we were gonna go to Freeport. Now we're here. It's one of the closest ones to home, and we know nothing about it. So let's find out more. Let's go for a ride. What do we have here? On over and through the Allegheny River. There's a keel boat, Allegheny Valley Railroad, and pre-contact and contact occupation of the Allegheny Valley. Interesting, interesting.
Very cool. Oh. Here's a tree house.
What's that? Yeah, it is.
This is down here. Oh, honey, this is beautiful. What a great place to go today.
There's some places over there. We did not get to go camping last night. Vehicular issues. Got to get the RV into the shop. I was not able to troubleshoot the problem, so we need more professional work done on it. We had to stay home. This is Mother's Day weekend. We wanted to get out. No, we won't. And this morning, hello. This morning we were having the discussion of, what do you want to do today, Brian?
What we do every day. Try to take over the world.
We talked about going up to East Brady. I'd like to see that new tunnel, and that's actually where we were heading. And we contemplated going from Kittanning and not going from Kittanning. And then just on the drive up here, my wife said we could always do Butler Freeport, which is kind of funny because I think Butler Freeport's the first thing that we took these bikes on.
I think it was.
I think it's the first one we traveled to, too. Of course, it takes what, you know, half an hour to get here, but it also takes us half an hour to get to the one 6 miles away on the Montour Trail. Yee.
This is just beautiful. I don't remember the name of this golf course. I think this is the one that I took Mom to for her high school class reunions.
Oh, okay. As we approached Freeport, then I realized that I had read about this section being completed. I don't know how long it is. We'll find out today. Now, eventually, it'll be part of the Pittsburgh to Lake Erie. Go up through Kittanning and Ford City and East Brady, Emlenton, all those ports of call. We are traveling right next to the Allegheny River. Can't see it, but you can probably hear the train over there. You know what I haven't seen any of this year is that very poisonous wild plant.
Oh, it won't be up high until July.
I can't remember what it's called. We were on the lookout for it so much, and now I can't even remember the name of it.
Yeah, it's not up to me either. Oh wow, this is just a beautiful.
It is a beautiful trail.
Yes.
That is the clearest standing water I've ever seen.
Looks like a little frog pond to me. Oh, it's a frog. Big frog pond. Oh, this is just gorgeous.
This is very much nice. Look at this tiny little trailhead here. I do want to explore Freeport itself. It's called Port because this is where the Pennsylvania Canal met with the Allegheny River. I just kind of like to look around Freeport and see if there are any vestiges of the canal left. I was talking to one of my co-workers yesterday. She's a Pittsburgh native. She lived for a while in Northern California, and she was talking about how beautiful it was out there, how pristine. She said, boy, I would love to be able to drive to work and not see smog. She's telling her that I know it's not perfect, but it's so much better than even when I was a kid. I remember the polluted skies. I remember fallout. Little silver rain falling from the sky.
Wow.
I remember putrid rotten egg smell. It came from Nettle Island. On a hot summer's day, no one had air conditioning. You had to have your windows open. And that putrid smell would come, and so what do? Close the windows and die of heat, or open the windows and choke on rotten eggs? And I talked about all the different pollution abatement things that they're doing. Because she was even saying how dirty the rivers are. I said, we have bald eagles now. We have bald eagles. You got birds like that. You got a healthy water system.
They brought part of the bath camp this year. They don't go where the fisheries aren't healthy.
We didn't even know where the trailhead was. I knew it was on this. The trail was on this side of the river, and I knew we had to cross that bridge. So, you know, we crossed that bridge when we came to it. And then we went underneath it, and son of a gun. And the thing is, if you climb that little hill there and go across the bridge, it will connect you with the Butler Freeport. And there's a connector that we never noticed before that will take you right over to the Butler Freeport. And you've got the marina here. That's a pretty big river. That is a nice boulder. Uh-oh. Look at this big tree that came down.
Hopefully you can get around it.
I think we can go to the left. There's already a path. Wow.
Wow.
It is not going anywhere.
Yeah,
It's dug in. This is, holy smoke, look how it broke on there.
Oh,
But that tree didn't fall down. That's a nice amount of firewood right there.
Doesn't get any better. It just keeps getting worse.
Oh yeah?
Oh. I think I want to go until I think, I don't want to do this anymore. You might go maybe an eighth of a mile before you have to lift up your bikes. There's a bunch of ivy on the ground too, like poison ivy.
Oh wow.
Well, thanks for the heads up on that one. Yeah.
Hey, you could treat them like hurdles as you run.
Yeah, I think. No, so did it stop? It looked like they just cleared it. Is it good all the way?
A lot of it is cleared, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I appreciate everyone who spent their time clearing things out.
Yeah.
What a great day for a ride. And a run.
Yeah.
Did you talk about the storm that we had? How folks were out of power for over a week?
Well, I talked about it last week.
There's some
I haven't talked about it
still
today.
out of power, believe it or not. Oh, how beautiful.
Did you send it?
Oh, really? But it's not open yet.
But it's going to Leechburg.
Okay.
We're starting.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
I said that.
I'm going to walk my bike through.
I figured you might.
Safe.
I'm not seeing anything with 3 leaves. I don't know. Oh wow. Well, I don't know. I'm going to leave it up to you. Is this our turnaround?
Oh, this is our turnaround. Have a great day. Thanks for all the information. Okay, yeah, and I'm just gonna. Thanks. Yeah, still 70 pounds. I don't want you doing mine, and I can't do mine. So let's. Just,
Well,
no.
actually, can I finish my sentence, please? It's not so much the trees, but that's all poison ivy. So I don't have a problem lifting the bikes up, but I'm not.
Yeah, we're not walking it.
I'm not going through poison ivy. It was kind of him to offer,
Yes, it was.
but the problem is there wouldn't be someone here to help get it back over again coming back.
Right.
2.5 miles into it, we're turning around. Well, this gives us another destination for another day.
Yeah.
The Massie Harbison story. Mary Jane White, also known as Massie Harbison, was born on March 18, 1770 in Somerset County, New Jersey. The White family moved to Pennsylvania after the Revolutionary War ended in 1783. Massie married John Harbison in 1787. They would eventually move to the frontier of Pennsylvania. In 1792, the Harbison family moved into a log dwelling near to the site where you are standing. At the time of Massie Harbison's ordeal, western Pennsylvania was not a safe place to live. Very early on, May 22nd, 1792, at the age of 22, while John Harbison was in the wilderness searching for native information and whereabouts, Massie and her baby were forcibly removed from her bed by a group of Seneca and Munsee warriors. Her 2 young sons were removed also. Massie later recorded that there were 32 warriors, and 2 of these were white men painted as Indians in that raid. She actually knew some of the Indians, for they had visited the cabin in earlier times. During the attack, one of Massie's young sons had his head bashed against the door. He was then stabbed, scalped, and killed. 2 warriors forced Massie with her baby in her arms and her remaining son to walk northward. They traveled by foot towards the mouth of the Kiskiminetus River to the proximity of the island located on the Allegheny River. Once on the island, the second boy was killed and scalped due to his lamenting over his brother's killing and an injury he received while falling from a horse. Prior to this horrific attack on her son, 30 of the 32 natives left for raids near present-day Puckety of Lower Burrell, leaving 2 natives to guard Massie and her baby. While one Indian was on the scout, the other brave had fallen asleep and she made her escape. She traveled towards the Allegheny River, was barefoot, and her nightwear from the cabin was terribly torn. She hid, hearing an Indian warrior coming to search for her. The native heard her baby's cries and moved in her direction. He remained for quite some time listening for a repeat of any cries. She faced many ordeals during her escape, and she was greatly fatigued and hungry. She faithfully kept her young baby in her arms, even though she suffered from rain, heat, and insects. However, she would not let the peace of death overcome her, and she pushed on to continue her escape. Massie's log cabin stood on the left side of the creek, 220 feet straight ahead from where you are standing.
The narrative and art are by Larry A. Smale. I know him.
You know Larry Smale?
I do.
There you go. All right, 5 miles round trip so far. Stopped to put some air in the tires, and now we're going the other way. I do look forward to returning and seeing where that leads to. Oh, that feels much better.
Oh, good.
How about you?
Yes. Thank you very
Riding a little smoother?
much better. Thank
Yeah. It just felt like it was dragging. I was wondering if I had a flat.
Why did it say 240 pounds of pressure though?
Because I was reading the gauge wrong. But my back tire, I have the, that's a slime loaded tire. And I've had issues with it before as the slime just kind of gunked up the valve. But I used my portable to try to blow it up. And I don't think that the portable has enough oomph in it. And I think the one that I keep in the truck has enough power to blast past that slime clot. So that's why the pressures were reading crazy.
Oh, are you able to get in 7th gear now?
Well, I was earlier, but it's not going now. Let's try it now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, geez. Now it kind of froze up to 5. There we go. Now it went into 7th. I don't understand what's going on or why. Hi. Got a shelter over there with an interpretation board. And I don't know what all those things are for. Is this the end?
Guy coming into Maxville.
Well, oh, my dear, I believe this is the end. Is that?
Oh, that's where you can see to Shanley.
All right, so that is why the bridge ends where it does. It's for this.
That was kind of cool to see, didn't it?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. Let's take a ride down and look at that bridge. I'm not going to go across. One, I'm thinking it's not allowed, most likely. And two, it wouldn't serve me well because I'm parked over here. But I wanted to get a shot at the bridge. All right.
This is pretty cool.
You left your bike.
I see a lot of traffic here. And you can see right over to Shanley, which is very cool. When they open that up through there, that's going to be so nice.
That will be really nice. I don't know how they're going to be able to do it. They'll have to do a flyway, of course. And from what I've heard, railroads are notoriously difficult to deal with. It's a road here.
Yep.
A brick street.
No way, really?
Yeah. GoPro, stop recording. No, obviously this is our turnaround.
Want to go look at the interpretive sign?
Sure.
Looks like it's going to be a nice little park-like place.
The Kiski Junction Story. Ugh.
Oh, and that's why the yellow brick road there.
Well, we only did 8 miles. 8.5 miles. It was an enjoyable ride. We'd have gone further, but there were trees and a railroad in our way. Really not so much the trees, but the poison ivy. So, short ride today, but hey, we got out, we rode. And now we're going to go home. Mode. We got stopped by trees and poison ivy, so we didn't get to come all the way to the end. But here is the 0 mile marker of the Tredway trail. And yes, I did go looking for it. I wanted to find it, and I did. And I just got lucky, really. And I got nothing to say.